Welcome to Dr. Charles Speaks, a podcast for now. You've joined us for a special series of transformational talks, selected exclusively from Dr. Charles's corporate success calls. The 15-minute calls are designed to encourage leaders, activate your thought life, and prepare you for the challenges ahead. Dr. Charles joins every call with a blend of his personal experiences, his expertise as a John Maxwell certified mentor and coach, and of course, his more than 30 years of exceptional experience in both corporate America and ministry. Get motivated with Dr. Charles Speaks, a transformational talk from the Red Line on today's podcast, inspiring excellence and generating results.
Good day, my friends. Let's make it a great day. This is Dr. Charles on the Red Line. This call today is certainly designed to start your week off on that positive note and to inspire you, that is, to continue to challenge yourself in your personal growth. We can never stop learning. We can never stop growing. We always want to remain positive while we're doing the growing. And so on today, with the time that we have today, I just want to touch on an area that it means a lot to me, and that is transformational leadership with a purpose. Yeah, I know transformational sounds like a big word, but I want to talk about transformation. When you think about that word, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's what it comes down to, is that you're taking a transition from where you are today to moving into a renewal of your mind going forward. There are some things that we want to erase in life. There are some things that we want to add in life. But when it all comes together, when it's quality and it's making a difference in your own personal journey, and you have the ability to go forth and share with others, you'll be amazed of the difference that you make in this society and where you work and where you live. And so today, transformational leadership with a purpose. Because if you're on the right track, you'll get run. If you're not on the right track, you'll get run over. So you don't want to be on the wrong side. So you might look back, but don't go back. That's the key. And so when you think in terms of renewing and transforming, you're going to make some change. Now, what is this transformational leadership? What is this? What are you talking about, Dr. Charles? Transformational leadership is defined as a leadership approach that causes change in individuals. In its ideal form, it creates valuable and positive change in followers with an end goal of developing followers into leaders. When I think about what I do in the church community, we talk about there in that community going from disciple to discipler. When I talk about in the corporate setting, we talk about from trainee to trainer. And so in both of these scenarios, it's about training and developing people to become effective leaders. And in the process of becoming an effective leader, there is a transformational process because there is a renewing of the mind and setting forth a new course that will be positive and will make all the difference. Well, this word transformational leadership, it began some years ago. James McGregor Burns, he first proposed this concept of this leadership style in the year of 1978. I know many of my listeners probably weren't even born during that time, but the main ideal of this leadership style, we're talking about transformational leadership, is that both the superior, the manager, the coach, and the subordinate, the player or the employee, it was designed for lifting each other up. And you have often heard me on the podcast that it takes everybody, all of the diversities of talents and gifts and all of the experiences, bringing them together, coming up with a consensus and writing a course of action to go forward. Now, according to James McGregor Burns, transforming leadership, it is a process. So you just can't say I'm a transformed leader overnight. It is a process in which leaders and followers help each other to advance to a higher level of morale, a higher level of motivation. I've learned, and I know you have learned, that you just can't simply do everything all by yourself. I remember years ago when I first entered management, I may have had 5 direct reports, and that seemed a lot then. But nowadays, you have like 12 or 13 direct reports. And with that many people, you have a multitude of people and personalities and talents and gifts. And it's so important to come together and tap into these resources and come up with the best plan. So when you think about this transformational leadership, the objective of this is really to inspire and to develop and obviously deliver results, always working towards the benefit of the team versus the individual. We're talking about teamwork and working together as a team. So number 2, the difference between transformational leadership and transaction leadership. In transactional leadership, there is really, you go back to the days of, when I can think back early on in my management experience, that was the type of leadership that we saw often, and I've even participated in. And so in transactional leadership, there's only one leader in a group. And in contrast to transformational leadership, in which there can be more than one leader in the group. And I can remember taking charge and leading the charge up the hill, and this is the way we're going to go. But now it's more of a consensus. It's more of people coming together, exchanging ideals and ways of going about doing things. So you could very well have more than one leader, and that's what transformational leadership is about. In the group, this person is an expert in this particular area, and then another person is an expert in another particular area, and you're bringing all of this expertise together, and you have leaders in the midst of it, but then the common goal is that you all work together. So transformational leaders are not only committed to helping the team or helping the organization to achieve its goals, but it's also about helping group members, the individual group members, to reach their potential. And that's the end game, is that everyone gets smarter, everyone gets better, because research has revealed that transformational leadership, it resulted in higher performance, improved group satisfaction. One study also found that transformational leadership led to improved well-being among the group members. Because at the end of the day, when you really think about this, none of us are as smart as all of us. And that is really the key to this message today, is to understand that in transformational leadership, having renewed your mind to put your arms around the fact that whatever group, whatever organization, whatever it is that you are participating in as a leader, the reality sets in that none of us are as smart as all of us. Number 3, when you talk about transformational leadership, there are some qualities. There are certain qualities that as leaders you must possess to be a transformational leader. And I just want to share one particular that's very important to get you off to the right start, and that is a transformational leader has a clear vision. These leaders have a vision of what they want to achieve and the ability to clearly communicate the vision so that everyone in the organization understands what is needed to achieve the vision, and that is so key. So is your vision clear? That's the question today. Does it need to be refined? You can answer those 2 questions, because in transformational leadership, you've got to begin with a vision, and you have to be able to clearly articulate that vision so that everyone understands it. That's the key. Leaders, they often promise a lot, but in it is the follow-through. And that has a true impact on a leader's ability to evoke change and buy-in. How do you follow through and ensure your standards are being met? And so these two things are so important, having a clear vision and certainly following up and following through with your team and organization. Another key point here is character. When you think about leaders, they have character, and that is really the foundation of transformational leadership. Because character, when you hear that, it is the way that someone thinks, the way that they feel, and the way that they behave. And that is so important when you're trying to lead people. I don't know about you, but when I finally realized the importance of developing my own character, I began to see my leadership grow to a higher level. And so today, I would like to invite you to discover some of the pillars of character. When you start talking about character and understanding that character is the way someone thinks, the way someone feels, the way that someone behaves. And so there are some things and qualities that we must have in possessing good character. And these three things I'll share with you before we close. Number one, trustworthiness. We have to think true blue. Be honest. Don't deceive. Don't cheat. Don't steal. Be reliable. Do what you say you'll do, but more importantly, have the courage to do the right thing. And in doing so, what's going to happen is that you're going to build a good reputation, because being loyal is key. Be loyal to your coworkers, your subordinates, your family, your friends. Be loyal. Trustworthy is a key in character building. Number two, I like to leave with you is respect. And that is, if you don't have the respect of your organization or the people that are involved on that team, then you're going to miss out. And so treat others with respect. I'll take a page out of the Christian handbook, and that is follow the golden rule. Well, what do you mean golden rule? The golden rule will do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So what does that all mean? That means to be tolerant and accepting of differences, using good manners and not bad language, being considerate of feelings of others. Don't threaten or hit or hurt someone, but deal with people peacefully. And that would be the key of getting respect. So we said, one, trustworthiness in building character. Two, respect. And then the third one that I leave with you today is responsibility. What do you mean, Dr. Charles? Well, responsibility, do what you are supposed to do. That's what I'm talking about. And in doing so, plan ahead, be diligent, persevere, do your best. Use self-control and be self-disciplined. Think before you act, and be accountable of your words, actions, and attitudes. Set the good example. And so, my friends, today, I hope that I've helped you. We've been talking about transformational leadership with a purpose. It all begins with the transformation of renewing your mind, and it begins and ends with being the person making a difference in today's society, in the place where we work, in our home, in our family. That is the key in making the difference, because transactional leadership has played out, my friends. It's now about being inclusive and bringing diverse ideals and opinions and taking the best of the best to be the best and to be successful. So today we close it out, and I thank you for joining me on the Red Line. This is Dr. Charles, and I hope and I pray that I made a difference today. Now let's go to work, let's finish the week, and be blessed. Have a good day.
Thank you for listening to Dr. Charles Speaks. Visit drcharlesred.com for booking info for your ministry, business, or leadership team. Get info about the Red Line, a 15-minute corporate success call each Monday morning with Dr. Charles. Follow Dr. Charles on all social media at Dr. Charles Red. Subscribe to the podcast here for every episode of Dr. Charles Speaks. Thanks for joining us. Like Dr. Charles always says, no matter what, never, never, never give up. Until next time.